Wait, hold on. I didn't mean to say that.
Do you see a bar on the top of the slide, or is it
Yeah,
you do see a bar?
yeah.
You're not the one admitting. He's admitting.
I know. I just hit the
Yeah,
other
no,
thing.
no. I'm just saying.
Okay, well, welcome everyone to our third information session for the 72-hour film shootout. Our film competition that's designed to involve Asian Pacific Americans in filmmaking. This is our 20th anniversary. We will be having the competition from Thursday, June 6th to June 9th. My name is Francis Chin. I'm the shootout coordinator for this year, and also a past competitor. With us also today, Kevin and Andrew Chew and Ramon Gil, all past competitors. Andrew and Kevin were the winners of last year's competition, and Ramon has been a competitor for a number of years. So what we'll be having today, we will briefly review for those who are new to the competition, briefly the rules and the timetable, and then we'll have a free-flowing conversation among the past competitors about how they experienced the competition and any tips that they can provide to all of you. Okay. So that's the slide. Okay. So we're gonna have this is a brief trailer, a 1-minute trailer of the competition. Okay, once again, you are writing, shooting, and editing your film all in the same 2 hours. You can have any size team. At least one team member must be an Asian Pacific American. Team members can have multiple roles. They could be in the cast or on the crew. If you have children, you will need parental permission. There is a permission slip for that has to be filled out by the parents, by a parent or a guardian. If you happen to have SAG or SAG-AFTRA or other union members, you need to have union approval. The shootout, the film lab can't sponsor your film. You need to have your own sponsorship of your film with the union. Where you can shoot anywhere in the world, as like we showed in the video. While our headquarters is based in New York, we've had submissions in Canada, any number of countries in Asia, all over the U.S. So as long as you have a computer and internet access, you can compete. Also, there's prizes and mentorships, and for those for the top filmmakers. Also, the top 50 will also be broadcast on the Film Lab's cable TV channel, Film Lab Presents on Crossing TV, and also on our YouTube channel. Also, there are also other free Film Lab events all around, including our unfinished works reading program. our, our launch party, if you're able to be in New York on the 6th, we encourage you to come to our 20th anniversary party, which is being sponsored by idealist.org. They provide job seeking for not-for-profit jobs, and we really grateful for their sponsorship, as well as all of our sponsors, including ABC, Asian Cinevision, Batsu, Backstage, the Sundance Collaborative, New York Women's in Film and Television, Crossings TV, Script Hop, the New York City Culture Affairs, and New York State Council of the Arts, AARI, CUNY, Asian American Center, SOA, Film Productions, Saturation IO, and MN Acting Studio, and Una's Beverages. Okay, so registration, those are the rates. You probably already registered if you're watching this video. The secret team will be announced on the launch party and also on our online media on Thursday, June 6th at 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. You have the 72 hours starts then, and you will submit on Sunday, June 9th, 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. The premiere and the awards will be at the New York Asian American International Film Center Film Festival on sometime on August 1st to 11th, day to be determined. All right, and then just briefly on what's going on before the competition. You gather your team members, fill out the forms, assemble equipment and resources, find filming locations, and you're allowed to obtain pre-recorded music for use during the competition. Everything else has to be written, shot, and edited during the 72 hours. Okay, so Thursday night, the theme's announced. That's the time to huddle your writers. Oftentimes, you should spend a good amount of time on actual writing and planning out not just the writing, but also the logistics of how you're going to shoot these scenes, where you're going to go to locations. You want to schedule how to optimize the remaining time so that you can get all your shots in the following 2 days. Friday to Saturday, you shoot your scenes. Obviously, look out for the weather if you're shooting outside. Consider the travel time, setup, and also keeping your actors and crew happy with food and drink, especially if you're going to be moving around in more than one location. You should have your editing team should be logging the footage so you can figure out where to find all the stuff to assemble your movie, and also select your movie and sound effects. Saturday night to Sunday, you're going to be editing and reviewing. You can get feedback from your team members. You can't get feedback from anybody else other than your team members. So you can't share with your non-team members. So that's why most teams have both multiple roles and both act as actors and also in crew. And then there are required elements in the rules. The beginning of the movie has to have a title card. Has the name of the movie, the name of your team, the name of the movie, the date, and how long the running time of your movie is. Then there's 10 seconds of black, and then you can start your movie. At the end of the movie, you have a required. I mean, it does actually have to be at the end of the movie. But some ways in your movie, you have to have a film lab credit, which this is what is on the screen. This film was made possible in part by the support of the 72-hour film shootout presented by the Film Lab, www.film-lab.org. Okay, so all of those are required. Your film will be disqualified if you don't have the required elements in the movie. In addition, of course, you need to have the secret theme that will be announced at the launch party. So you have to incorporate that theme somehow in your movie. Okay, and again, the deadline is 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Sunday. Reserve enough time to not just get the movie done, but you also have enough time to upload the video. I've had this problem once when I was overseas shooting in Thailand, and the internet was not that great. and it took way longer than I thought it was going to take. You shoot your video in HD format. The format's on the rule in the rules as well. And you need to upload using a private non-public download link so that we can download the video. We support Vimeo or any cloud sharing service like Dropbox or Google Drive or any of those other large file format file transfers. Make sure the link works after you upload, and make sure you do not publicly share that link to anyone. Once you're done setting up your upload, then you're going to email shootout@film-lab.org with your signed team documents and the releases and the private video. And then there's the waiting game. So after you upload it, there are no public viewing of your video while they're being judged until the announcement of the winners in August. You can post behind the scenes still shots, post it on your preferred social media and tag us, and we're happy to spread the word. Okay, and then again, the awards will be during the Asian American Film Festival from sometime between August 1st and 11th. We'll show the top 10 videos and clips from individual award winners, and team prizes will be awarded to a team leader, who then will be allocating it to team members. Okay, so now we're done with that.
All right, Angel.
let's join Kevin and Andrea and Ramon. Let's have a free-ranging conversation about our experience shooting the 72-hour film shootout.
Are we fielding questions or are you
I'll throw out some questions. Yeah, you're gonna.
Yeah. Great job with the intro, Francis.
So Kevin, Andrea, I've known you before, and we've had, we have. What got you into doing the 72-hour shootout?
When me and Angela first met, 2005, I guess it was one of those things that I always wanted to do. So, but I didn't really have a crew or anything. So after I met her, we started dating, and then it was like, okay, great, I have at least one other Asian American actress, and then so we just did it from there, and then that was before I knew how to do. I was just an actor at that point, so I had just borrowed a camera, got a friend to teach me how to edit on the fly, and just threw myself in, with her. We just did it all, and it was a great experience. Surprisingly, it was placed top 10, so I was like, wow, so that was encouraging. So just from that, I'm like, okay, this is like a great reason to actually just, get thrown in the water and learn how to swim. Just like, okay, you got to do it right now in 72 hours. And it was just so fun. Even like the support we got from everybody else, like during the screening, talking to some people, they were all like, "Oh yeah, I love your movies." I'm like, "Wow, felt like a great community." So that was the main reason why we started, and then every year it's just to continue it.
I think I was drawn to it, like, because I think it was, we've been doing it for so long, and it's been a great learning process too, in terms of how to storytell and like the skills, like, editing, obviously, every year you kind of get more and more experience. But also the fact that, like, being Asian American, I think that sometimes there would be things going on in the world that you may or may not want to reflect on. And I feel like the themes sometimes would lend themselves so that you could, if you wanted your film to, bring that idea up of like current events, let's say, then you could. But it obviously didn't have to. It was all up to, each individual team. So, but it was a nice way to have that outlet to, if you wanted to express those ideas.
Yeah. Ramon, how about you? How did you get into the film shootout?
I had an Office Space, and Ning Zhang asked if he could borrow it for a shootout. I didn't know what it was, so I said sure, and then he cast me in one of the roles. And it was so much fun, and I thought, this is great. So the next year I put together my own team, and our movie was okay, but the production was so bad. Like, Our cameras were shaky. We were using broomsticks for boom mics. So what I did was, before the next shootout, I wanted to take some classes in filmmaking. Right, I'm a comic book artist and writer, but I want to try a different medium. And then it turned out that in order to take on a filmmaking class, you have to commit like either a semester or a month, and it's a lot of money. So I just asked a friend of mine who was a filmmaker how much would he charge to do a weekend workshop, and he said, about $1,000. So I said, okay, let's book this weekend. And then I told all my friends, hey, I'm hosting a filmmaking workshop over this weekend, $200 per person. And so I actually made money that weekend. And after that, the next year, I felt my movie was, and after that, my films for the shootout were much, much more polished. But then I think we hit top 10 one year, and then after that, the quality just went downhill. So I became lazy. But we had a lot of fun, and just being here now makes me want to do it again. So, but we'll see. I mean, it's hard. Life gets busy. So
Yeah. Yeah, I got involved because well, a friend of mine was assembled a team. I had no experience in filmmaking, and he just got a group together, and we were just figuring it out. One person worked for a major TV network, and he got his hands on a studio camera, and so we kind of were like figuring out how to use the camera at the same time we were trying to shoot, put together the film. And then I think a small group of a subset of that group remained close, and we continue to do films together year after year. And I'm not a my profession, like I'm actually in computers. I'm in IT. My background, actually, I have a lot of background in editing, but like no background at all in acting. So this just kind of just threw me into these things because we just needed the people on screen, and just the fact that you like gets thrown into the fray, and you have to figure it out. It's just so stimulating, I think.
Yeah, I feel like that's the best part because you kind of know, like, if you do it every year, you're just like, all right, no matter what happens, I'm going to make a movie this year, and I don't have to worry about anybody else being cast in something. It's going to be my movie and whatever. So that was one of the things is just like, I'm tired of working on other people's projects. So this was the best way to just like, I have to do it all, right? Produce, edit, shoot, figure out lighting and sound. But now it's like it paid off. Like, because how else are you going to learn other than paying $1,000 for a workshop, right?
And I think it teaches you to be resourceful. Because obviously it's like, well, you could rent a studio or grab a friend to use their space for your movie, or you could just shoot it in your house. So I mean, probably 9.9 of our movies out of 10 are like in our house.
Yeah.
So and then also I think it's great because at the that screening that happens in terms of like the top 10 or top 50 that they have, like, you realize sometimes, okay, yes, all right, a lot of us, to be honest, I don't think we necessarily know what we're doing production wise, but the idea or the concept can be there, or even like the worst production value, let's say, it could still be hilarious, like in terms of the content. So just the creativity and the content that gets produced is sometimes very inspiring. So I think that's a worthy investment of one's weekend to create something that can be,
I have a question.
yeah.
I have a que-
Go for it.
I've never actually attended the screenings. Do they have different categories? Because I feel like some of the entries are very, very professional level,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, how can guys like me compete against that? Like, do they have categories like best story or best? It's like, because some of the crews are professional filmmakers. And I'm wondering if there are categories wherein somebody who's like an amateur just doing it for fun can compete in.
Totally. You're looking at one of them. We're not professional or anything. And
Right?
yeah,
Well,
so
I mean, the actual films don't have categories. They have winners of different categories.
Oh, they do. They do.
All the
Okay, I didn't
same
know that.
pool. It's not like there's an amateur category and a professional category.
yeah, there's no best comedy. So
Right.
there's,
Yeah,
I figure like something like best story, something that
yeah, best
there's
original.
there's a best prize for best use of theme.
Yeah, most original
Yeah,
team,
yeah.
like
best
best
writer.
production quality. I don't think I'd be able to compete on that in that category.
Right, that's not one
Yeah,
of the categories.
no categories, so
Yeah,
you're
I mean,
good.
so the prizes there are categories by prize, but in terms of the actual making of it, it's not as though like your film goes into a category. Your film goes into the pool with everybody else's film,
Right.
That's
then-
why, you know,
and then choose winners.
yeah, that's right. That's why, there's some years like there was one year where we had professional studio cameras. You know, last year I shot on iPhones. I had iPhones and a Canon, a Nikon digital SLR. That's what I had, and it doesn't matter. You know,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
I
It's
just
like,
I just realized that the year that Zoom started, that COVID started, we did the whole movie on Zoom.
yeah.
Hmm.
I remember that movie. I remember that. That was good. But yeah, that's why, you know, anything's fair game. You can I've seen entries of people have done animation, like actual animation,
Yeah.
or stop motion animation. I thought it was that was pretty really ambitious in 72 hours, but they did it.
Hey, I have another question.
Yeah.
In the years past, I've tried to look to view the entries,
Right.
and it seems like it's not on the Film Lab website or channel. I
The-
wish it was just a channel with all the entries over all the years, because
Yeah, we
it's
do.
fun to watch.
We do. We actually, it's on the 72-hour film shootout has their own YouTube channel.
Somewhat.
72-hour film shootout has their own shootout, has its own channel.
Oh, so there is.
Yeah.
So,
But
and do they have all the
unfortunately-
entries from all the years.
For the last 5 years. It's
Yeah.
like
Ah.
But they don't list them in the rank order, so you really don't know which film you're watching. So it's like,
well, in the recent ones, we have the video that they showed, you know, they showed at the launch at the award ceremony is
oh, the top 10. Got it.
they post that.
Got it.
I'd like to see all of them. I could just
Yeah,
wait
I've-
watching all
It's a
of them.
lot.
I'm a junkie. I've done that. I've done that. You know that they during the year they pace it out. So because the Film Lab also has a cable TV channel, a cable TV show, and so they kind of put shows in different films in like a sort of a thematic show, and then they put like all the action movies, or they come up with a theme for a different show, and then it's like a weekly show on the cable channel, and so they go to dole them out on the YouTube channel as well.
No joke. I got pretty excited when I saw our movie on like my channel on TV. I got to it was 3:30 in the morning, but whatever. I was like, yeah, all right. Got to hit info, see my name on there. So that's always fun.
And you get IMDb credits if you show
Yes.
on the cable TV channel. So it's like,
Yeah. Everybody thinks I'm a director. It's all director credits. I'm like, okay, whatever.
yeah, I've shown up 4 times on IMDb.
Nice.
Francis, I don't know if you covered it, but how are the films like judged? Is it a panel of like a couple of people? And
Yeah, there's a panel of judges. There was like 5 judges. They're pretty much the same judges each year, more or less, and they of course they watch all the films,
right.
and then we tally the scores.
Mhm.
Do you guys have a process or something you do before to prepare before the theme is announced?
In terms of,
Like what I do is before the theme is announced, I make a list of all my assets and all my actors that are going to be available that weekend.
oh, absolutely,
Once the theme is announced, I know that this is what I have. These are the locations I have access to. These are the actors who I know will show up, and then I write the story based around that.
yeah, absolutely. It really is about the resource here. It's like, what do you have and what can you, what it's sort of like Iron Chef. It's like, here's the ingredients in the kitchen that you assembled, that you got to work with, and and preparation is actually the key. It's like, you don't want to be trying to find locations during the 72 hours, or you don't want to be trying to find actors, during the 72 hours. You should, so you should have that all in hand before the launch party.
Yeah, well, in the past, I feel like I've gotten a crew together, and then once you got the theme, it was like I felt so bad. Like I can't incorporate all these people. Just not. So then it's turned into us just using our family, because I know I could use them or not use them. I could say, sorry, you're not. We don't have a role for you. But it's tough to do that with friends. Who are like commit the whole weekend to you. Like there's just not a role for this white guy or something. But
I think it'd be kind of fun. It's like that, like this is, a fun tip. It's like I'm incorporating my daughter, and my daughter's actually classmates with Andrew and
my
Kevin.
kid.
And so it's very it's kind of fun that we
Yeah, I like using the limitations as your guide, because otherwise it's just like a open blank slate, and you're like, okay, write this movie. Like, I could go anywhere. But then if you use your limitations, like, okay, I'm going to shoot in my basement. How can I take this story and put it over there? Okay, I have 2 kids and a wife. Let's make this a family story or something like that. So I feel like that you use that weakness, your limitations, as your strength. Like, okay, let's just focus right here, and then what can I do with this space right here? And then
my limitations were that, like, that group of friends that we had together at the beginning of our journey in the 72-hour shootout, kind of all went their separate ways. Like, one lives in the Philly area, one lives in Asia, like kind of like a international woman of mystery in Asia. And so, if you looked in the trailer, the second part of the trailer where it had like you can shoot anywhere, all that stuff was actually shot. My friend that's in Asia shot all that stuff in Asia while we're shooting stuff in New York, and so and it's all doing 72 hours. And I even got called out on it. Are you sure this is not stock footage? No. We shot all this stuff.
That's my team member.
Yeah, we have a team member in Asia, and they shot all this stuff in Asia.
Nice.
There was one year where there wasn't a shootout, and so me and my friends did a movie anyways. Because we didn't have the constraints or any of that. To this day, I haven't finished editing it.
Oh no! Yeah, you kind of need that deadline, right?
And everybody's like egging me, so where is that fucking movie? we had like stunt people and martial artists,
boy.
like that. So I feel bad. So I need to finish it.
That must be your old movie then. I don't remember that year that we didn't have the shootout.
Yeah, there was one year where I messed up on the time difference, because I happened to be going to Asia at the same time, and so our team actually met up in Thailand. But I kind of messed up the time conversion, and I started a day late.
Same thing with us, yo. No joke. Because traditionally it used to be start on Friday, and then one year they changed it to Thursday, but I didn't know that. So then I was like, okay, ready to check the theme on Friday, and so it's already a theme. Like, oh God, I only have 2 days now.
Well, I found that out. Like, I was flying to Bangkok, and our flight was transferring to Abu Dhabi, and I found out in Abu Dhabi.
Oh wow! You still got it in on time though, right?
Yeah, there's one year
we got it done on time, but that was the thing was like the internet is not that.
Oh yeah.
Not that fast in Bangkok. So.
My first year, I realized there were some shots that we needed to make the story work, so we were doing pickup shots on Monday morning. Before deadline.
Yeah.
What was there any challenges in actually incorporating the theme in your?
I feel like every year the theme gets more difficult and difficult, because it's like the first year it was like, what was it?
Was it OCD?
AKA. was like one of our first themes. No, OCD was the first, yeah. AKA was the theme before that. So it was like, okay, AKA OCD made a movie called One Chinese Dude, a guy who had faked his obsessive compulsive disorder. But either way, that was easy. And then now you get themes that are very like, what was the Elizabeth Ong is missing.
Yeah.
Who is
Yeah.
Elizabeth
That was my
Ong?
first year. Elizabeth Ong is missing, and you cannot have a show, cannot appear in the video.
Yes, that was crazy.
Yeah, right. We had we had sort of a kind of a spy um chase thriller, like but you know, we did a one-car chase scene basically.
Nice, nice. That must have been exciting to film that. Yeah, so the themes nowadays I feel are very, very good because they're inclusive with what's going on in society. So things about Asian hate or things like that. So it kind of forces us to make a movie about Asian hate crimes and this and that. But yeah, it's definitely evolved since it started in 2004, right? 20 years.
Yeah, 2004.
Yeah.
Was that the first year you shot?
No, 2006 was ours first. Yeah. So I remember I saw the first two winners of the competition. I was very intimidated. Like, oh my God, this is shot so well, this and that. And some of the people, I'm like, that person's semi-famous or something. But then, you know, doesn't matter. It's a pool of Asians. How many? Right? We got to band together.
It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was when I started too, because I remember those themes sound very familiar.
Yeah, OCD, right? That was.
Right.
I can't remember what we did, if we did anything for Elizabeth Ong is missing.
Oh yeah. That was year after OCD.
Yeah, it was 2007 was
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a for the, you know, just to make it more challenging myself, I guess, like 2014 was like the color of my hair. I don't know if you
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one we shot in Tokyo. We had
Nice.
two people in Tokyo, and there were two women, and we also tried to do, you know, just for kicks, we tried to actually incorporate all the previous themes we had in there.
Yeah.
And so we actually did. I actually managed to do it.
Nice. How'd the film do?
We did, yeah, we're top 20.
Nice.
But I think it's probably one of our best films because, like, I think, you know, it was all female cast.
Yeah.
Good.
Are you guys gonna do it again? Compete again?
Well, I can't do it because I'm the coordinator this year. So.
What about you guys?
I told myself after we won the grand prize that I would just call it quits after that.
While your head.
Yeah. So then, because like if we did it again, then I'd feel like anything else less than that is a failure, and I don't want to, you know, tell my kids, you know, like, yeah, guys, we need to get it.
After this year, we're going to be empty nesters, so I think I'm going to try it again.
Ah, nice.
I have more time on my hands.
Yeah, your kids are graduating.
you think your kids become more interested in the arts of filmmaking because of being in the competition?
You know, they have their own things. Like my son is in school plays, and my daughter does voiceover stuff.
Nice.
So I don't, and I'm pretty sure they would not be interested in something that daddy's working on. Well, actually, my daughter, both of them just did some voiceover work for me a few weeks ago, so or something animated. So you never know, maybe.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, we force our kids to do it. They
How old
probably
are
don't want to anymore, but they have no
How old are
choice.
they? How old are they?
Our kids are 10 and 12.
Oh, okay. Oh, they still. I'm surprised they still don't want to do it. They don't want to do it anymore.
We make them do auditions all the time and this and that. So they're like, "Oh God, again! I want to just be a kid." I'm like, no, we gotta film this, memorize these lines. Like, oh, but easy stuff, right? It's imagination time.
Yeah. Well, my daughter did enjoy it when the time she was in it. Oftentimes because there was food involved. Because like our films usually have like a running theme of like a combined like sort of a
Abby eating.
Yeah. Some of the films are just literally a mumbach.
Like,
Francis, did you see Keith's question?
no, I didn't see Houston.
How many people usually compete each year?
We usually end up about 50 entries, about 50 or 60.
Yeah, 50 teams
Yeah.
usually, right?
I thought did it ever go up to 100? I thought it was more sometimes.
Some years, like I think during
Yeah.
the pandemic, I think we had a lot just because people had nothing else to do with it.
Yeah, nothing else to do. Shoot.
Yeah. Were there any really like well I remember your film, Ramon, the one where I guess like there was a time machine and like the female lead kept on getting killed and like,
Right. Like it was basically Groundhog's Day, but she kept getting killed every time the guy tried to ask her out on a date.
Ha,
Oh my god.
nice, nice.
What about it, Francis? You had a question about it?
yeah, it's like how like did it get progressively harder to come up with more ridiculous ridiculous
Well, what was the theme that year that made you?
I don't remember. I think time's up. Time's
Time's
up.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
remember that one.
she was using software to reverse time, and then at the very last, I guess go around, the software's trial ended.
Nice.
So he couldn't bring back the girl.
Mm.
Now, I wouldn't say that it gets progressively harder, but what it is it gets harder in the sense that you always want to do better than last year. You always want to improve on what you did last year. So sometimes production, sometimes it's story, sometimes, it's just you just, and yeah, so so in that sense you make it harder for yourself if you're so inclined. So
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things that's like, I'll pick up equipment and like, video or editing. I'm like, I don't know what to use this for. And then the shootout comes like, great. And now we get all reason to use all these boom mics or whatever, anything we have digging up.
we all have a collection of equipment that we have in the closet just for this stuff.
Yes. Just dust it off one time a year.
also, I think what would make it harder now for me to do it now is all the people that I used to use or who are my go-tos back then are further along in their careers now. So I don't think I could get them back.
Oh, listen to your friends.
Yeah, they're still my friends, but some of them are like, like one my cinematographer is like winning all these awards now.
Oh boy.
I'm not sure if
You tell him,
like,
easy competition for him to win.
Do you think the shootout helped out at all in their careers?
Damn it.
What was the question, Francis?
Do you think the shootout helped out in their careers at all? Or?
I wouldn't be surprised if it's anything real. We had some really good footage.
Nice.
I mean, if you don't show the whole film and you just show some of the best parts, it looks pretty good. That looks pretty good.
Yeah, that's the best part.
Have you used any of your stuff from the shootout in your reviews at all, Kevin?
Actually, I think I sent one of them to a film festival. I think that Time After Time one I sent to a Filipino film festival out in Chicago, and it got accepted. But I didn't fly out there to do the screening. It's just like, it was just for fun. It's like if they want it, they can show it. But I heard it went over pretty well.
Nice.
Right. How about you, Kevin?
Yeah, do our kids use some in their reel, right? Some,
Oh yeah.
I stopped using because I haven't been in a lot of the movies that I've made recently because I've been behind the camera, so I've been putting the family in front, except for the last movie I made. But I think that's too comedic to put in a reel. It's just me being Keanu.
Yeah.
So I was like, my reel is like a theatrical.
No, actually, in the beginning, I did though. I did use like one or two scenes.
Yeah, I made another short film, not for the competition, but because of the competition, I've decided to do other things, whatever. So that I made a short film, and then I, not specifically, but the short film went nowhere. But I was able to take that one good clip from it and put it in my reel. Like you said, Ramon, it's like the movie might not be greatest, but you could just take the best 5 seconds, throw it in your reel. And even if that's the whole reason for you making the movie, it's still worth it, right?
Right.
I think I've also it was moving more from you know, I think I've used it for Abby, not for myself. You know, because my expertise is not really the acting part. It's like more editing. You know, it's like more. I kind of got into it from work because, like, you know, it's just boring work. You know, events, 2 hour events, just cut off the beginning, cut off the end. You know, six slaps and titles on it, and wanted to do something a little more more interesting than just that. And
Yeah.
so that's how I kind of, you know, and then when I did it every year, I got to keep up with all the new stuff that's possible. And you know, I was using Final Cut, and then I was going to move to Premiere. You know, there's a lot
You know,
of
I was still using iMovie.
yeah,
Oh boy,
yeah. I noticed
it
people,
works.
yeah, whatever works. Is like I know people will use the, you know, the Windows, the one that comes with Windows. the built-in. Again, it doesn't matter. It's like as long as you get
Yeah.
We just had friends from out of town last week, and their son wants to be an actor, so I subjected them to watch all my 72-hour shootout films.
Nice. And did he change his mind? He's like, I don't want to become an actor anymore.
Well, they were very polite, and they laughed at all the good part, at all the right parts. So okay.
Nice.
Mhm.
And does he want to be a filmmaker now? Now that he see what you can do?
Well, he's from California. He wants to
Oh.
go to Broadway.
Got it. Got it.
But if he
That's
moves out here and I do the the shootout again, you know, I'm sure I can snag him
yes.
to be in the cast.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I also like use the movies to like kind of like memorialize different times of my life, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's going on in my life, what's going on around.
Yeah.
You know, I dedicated the film called To Revisit, the one with the color of my hair, like the year with the color of my hair. I was dedicated to my aunt who had passed away, and she was like kind of like a world travel type of person. It's like, you know, she's, you know, my mother's side of the family is from Trinidad, and like and she's was able to go out and travel the world, and I think she's a very worldly person, and I dedicate it to her.
I will tell you though that the shootout helped me with my work, because I mean I used to have a marketing company, and remember we had to shoot video, right, for testimonials, or we were telling a story for the client. You know, the what I learned in the shootout was a big help in that part of the business. So, and I still use some of those skills today, you know, when I'm putting together, telling a story, especially on using video.
Yeah, I would say that the shootout definitely increased my everything in my life, my acting ability, my filmmaking, everything. Like without the shootout, I wouldn't call myself a filmmaker at all. And it was funny because I never thought I was a writer at all. I'm like, I don't know, whatever. And then the one year I'm like, oh, best writer, Kevin Chew. I'm like, okay, I'm a writer now,
Nice,
just
yeah.
like Francis, best writer.
Yeah, how have you used the prizes that you got for the shootout?
um,
You met Veronica.
yeah, oh yeah. So we had a brunch with the lady who runs the NBC Diversity Initiative. So me and the grand prize winner, Veronica Dang, she I forgot what year that was. It's about 7 years ago. So we had met this little lunch, and then the lady from NBC was, you know, talking about us, and it's just like, yeah, if you guys really want to break into the biz, you should get into comedy. And then because of that, she gave us all these different passes to comedy shows that week, and different NBC showcases and screenings. So we got pretty excited. And then Veronica was like, "Hey, is there an Asian American sketch comedy group in New York?" I'm like, "I don't think so." We Google it, and it's like there was none. So then she put out a feeler on Facebook, and that's how Model Majority got started, Asian American sketch comedy group in New York City. So because of that, that was like probably the biggest benefit of this shootout thing. Got my lifelong dream is try to be in a sketch comedy group. That's how I actually got her to date me. I told her I was auditioning her for our sketch comedy group, but it was just a date. So, but married me and whatever. She fell for it, and yeah, I put her in some sketches. So technically, she's in a sketch comedy group.
Is the sketch comedy group still active?
Yes, yeah, we just had our show, fifth AAPI show in May.
What's it called?
Model Majority.
Is it
Model majority.
Yeah.
dot
I'll
com
check it
or
out.
Yeah. Modelmajority.com. Check it out. Follow us on everywhere.
Instagram?
Yeah.
Facebook.
But yeah, please check us out, everyone.
Where do you
But
guys
that-
usually, where do you guys usually perform?
all around Manhattan, all around New York. We're at our last show at Brooklyn Comedy Collective. We're trying out Brooklyn, but usually we're at the Players Theater. Before that, we're at the Pit, all over Manhattan. Just trying to
Cool.
branch out.
I want to go check it out. Definitely.
Nice. I look forward to seeing you at the after party. But yeah, the shootout was that, and then like it definitely makes you a better actor because once as an actor you see one side, but once you get behind the camera, you know like how you have to act for the editor, and then you actually know where you have to be for the camera, and then things I don't know about lighting and sound. It's just like, okay, that's the next thing I'm trying to tackle now.
Mhm.
So
Right.
definitely a great experience.
Yeah. Yeah, I received a number of prizes too. Like we won this, writing and this use of theme last year.
Yeah.
And so like I guess the most meaningful and memorable was like the membership with one of the judges, Ernest Abuda.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so he was a founder of the Pan Asian Repertory. His claim to fame is like he was in the original cast of Pacific Overtures. And he was a
12 Monkeys.
yeah, and he recently passed. Well, he passed away a couple of years ago. And,
Yeah.
like, but a year after, like, I received the mentorship from him, and like, and we talked, and like, and he kind of knew that this was like getting to the end, and like, and so I think he wanted to impart, a lifetime of like of
You
experience.
everything.
It's like, and like, I didn't magically become a better, artist because of it, but by just that, but like just the experience of journeying with them, and like,
Yeah.
having some of that, some taste of those experiences, and just the fact that he, is someone you could just, who's so warm and outgoing, and so wanted people to succeed. And I think I think that's everyone in at the film lab, and I think everybody in our Asian Pacific American community, we truly want everybody to succeed. It's definitely the tide rises all boats, and you know, and I think that's at the heart of the competition. That
Yeah.
yeah,
I have a funny story about Ernest if you want to hear a
Okay,
quick
sure.
one. I auditioned for him for this play called Breaking the Code, and I was doing all this freestyle spoken word. So then, he had stopped me. He was like, "So Kevin, why'd you get into acting?" And then, my story in real life. My story is like I saw, Keanu Reeves. I'm like, "Yo, if this guy could do it, so can I." What the heck, He's, watching him in Speed. I'm like, he looks like he's having fun. So I said like. I was watching Keanu Reeves, and before he let me finish any of my thought of saying like this, he just laughed in my face. I'm like, oh, no. I saw him and said I could do better than him, this and that. But he just got caught up. I'm like, what? Keanu Reeves? Oh, God, get out of here. And I was like, oh, okay. And he was like good friends with my acting teacher, too. So like, oh, man, I'm so embarrassed. But rest in peace, Ernest Buba.
Do you have a favorite movie?
Ooh, Fight Club. That's the movie. Like writing, acting, directing, cinematography. One of those like changed my philosophy on life, acting, and filmmaking.
Francis, did you mean in general? Does he have a favorite
Oh.
film, or a favorite film that he's done, or a favorite film from the film fest?
Hey, no, in general. I mean, in general.
Oh, okay,
So I answered correctly.
Yes.
I'm just wondering.
How about you, Andrew? What do you like?
Oh, we don't need to go down this rabbit hole. It's okay.
No.
I like foreign films. I like artsy things.
Okay, cool.
So.
Ramon?
It's hard to say. I have so many different, categories.
Yeah.
I but on as far as the film fest, there was this one film wherein this guy kept his himself from the future kept coming back to warn her about things. I'm not sure if you remember that. That was a funny one. I love that one.
Yeah.
And as far as regular films, I mean, my all-time favorite film is Groundhog's Day.
Nice.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
I just did I did a film and it was kind of like a riff on Groundhog's Day / Meet the Parents. So
Mhm.
this guy like brings his white girlfriend. He's Asian. He brings his white girlfriend home. They don't approve. So then something happens and he just has to keep going over and over again until he's trying to impress his parents with
Was
this
this
girl.
a skit or was this a film?
It's a film. It's actually gonna have it's called Grounded. It's gonna be part of Manhattan Film
Ah.
Festival, and it's June 13, 14.
Nice. She's the mom.
I'll try to-
Disapproving mom.
Disapproving mom, exactly.
Definitely have to put up links. For me, I think Chungking Express.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that's
Cinematography.
Yeah, I guess yes for the visuals and everything, and then just for the fact that I did a study abroad in Hong Kong about that time frame.
Yeah.
So that movie kind of is like a time capsule of my, Hong Kong is like one of those places where just like it's a different place every year. But like Chungking Express is like it is kind of like
Hey, 1 second, guys. I'll be right back.
okay. It's like my Hong Kong of the time I spent.
Yeah.
And so that's how I kind of remember it. And like, there's also, catchy theme, can't be Fei Wong.
Yeah.
In terms of movies and the film festival, there's so many that are actually really, really, really wonderful. There's the one relationship one with if you know Grant Chang, like he's
Yeah.
like he's best known as like White Rose's assistant and Mr.
Yeah.
Rose. And I a number of guest spots, and I guess everybody has a guest spot.
Yeah, that was Veronica's movie.
That was one movie.
Prize winner.
Yeah, I went to school with him, so it's like I've known
Nice.
him for a long time. And like so that was very memorable. Last year there was like a sword fight scene. I don't remember, there's a movie that was like a sword fight. There was like a 2-minute sword fight going on, and that was really,
Yeah, all the movies with action and violence are just like they get you because not all of them have it. So when they choreograph a fight scene, you're like, wow, impressive.
there was like a Ramon's movie was really memorable. I kept on, and I knew a lot of people in this cast too, so that was like a lot.
Oh, there was a lot of inbreeding between your team and my team.
Yeah.
Legal.
We had Wade, Yan Kwan's brother on our team,
Yeah.
and you had Yan Kwan.
Yeah, I had Youngkwan. She was our Asian agent. So she's based out in Asia now. And her friend Megan was the other one that did the color of my hair, the one that we shot in Tokyo, which basically like, it was a girl. They went out shopping. They went out, they did a lot of food, food shopping. I think there was one of the oldest ones. Like there was one called Mr. Kiss.
Yeah, AKA was the theme. That's what I was talking about. I saw that one. I got so intimidated. The cinematography was so beautiful, and the girl actually was she was in our Caesar's. We met at a Caesar's Palace commercial. So when I saw the girl from our commercial, I'm like, what? She's like okay. So that kind of made me want to enter it. I'm like, okay, if she was in the commercial with us, we can enter it.
Zoom
I'm gonna have my daughter Zoom Bomb. That's like
Abby!
my daughter was in movies the last couple of years, especially the one last year.
Yeah.
Abby.
Abby's always eating.
Yep. Now I must go and Zoom bomb more people, even though there's like no other people zooming.
Nice. Yeah, I always see you calling Abby or your class. I don't know. Maybe not.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Thanks,
Bye.
Abby. You go.
I do remember this one movie about this guy who eats a hamburger. You guys remember that one? It was, I think he won Best Actor also, but it was the funniest movie. He eats a hamburger, he doesn't like it, and then goes back in time to.
Yeah, that's the guy.
That's what you talk about. That's what I
Yeah.
thought so. That's why I wanted to bring it up. I'm like, was it the hamburger movie?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I like that.
Started
one.
out with a hamburger and then escalated to
Yes.
a shootout. And
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure me and Marone
I thought that was pretty original story.
Yeah, it was so simple. I was like, this is so funny. And yeah, oh, I think that year or maybe another year there was a toothbrush. So a bunch of roommates with toothbrush. They're singing a song about a toothbrush. Do you guys remember that? I think might
I
have been
remember
the same
that
year.
one.
I think that might have won the best tag, best. Either way,
There was
Some-
one film 1 year wherein a bunch of kids were in some kind of an action movie, and there's a lot of running and a lot of fighting, and it's pretty cool to see little kids doing action. So
nice.
Real movie?
nice.
Wasn't that
I-
your first, wasn't that your first movie?
Yeah, was it my kids?
is that yours?
Maybe
Yours.
they're quoting and doing a whole fight.
There you go. Yeah, I think that. Oh, that was yours. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I because like I said, any movie with choreography of action, I'm like, oh, those are fun. Like this is one movie, this girl just gets shot in the head, and it's just like, whoa, just like the effects that they did of her getting her head brain blown out. That was like that took a lot of choreography. But either way, that wasn't our movie, but.
Oh,
The other one with the kids doing violent stuff, yeah, I'm pretty sure that was us. I don't see many other kids besides Abby.
yeah.
Right?
There was someone did a music video. I think they wrote a song and they shot a music video. I think it was like I can't remember which year it was, but there was definitely.
I'm gonna have to go through and start watching these things again.
Yeah, they are fun.
But
Mhm.
I'll probably join next year. I think it's too late this year.
No,
and-
it's not. No, it's not.
No, you could join that day, the day before. Just got to pay the registration fee and late fee or whatever. But
Let's see. Let me look at the calendar and see if got anything going on that weekend.
yeah, so that's the big thing. I sign
You're-
up in January.
See,
It's
you're
25
lucky that your wife will probably just join you. My wife will just go, what?
What? You got-
What now? It's like you're
Like-
gonna be gone the whole weekend.
the kids are not here. You gotta hold the camera or something.
So when is it, Francis?
Yeah, it's June 6th and 9th.
June 6.
So it's a Thursday?
It's a Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday through what?
To Sunday, the 9th.
Yeah. Thursday
Sunday
8 to
night.
Sunday
Yeah.
Oh, I got a Comic-Con that weekend.
8. You could bring the camera. That's what.
If you at the Comic-Con.
That's the best thing to do. Get great footage. Just got to get people to sign the waivers.
Yeah,
or
but
whatever.
Yeah, I'll think about it. We'll see.
Yeah.
But hey, I gotta get going.
Is
Francis,
there anything else, any last minute things you want to any last minute advice or words of wisdom?
just go all in, let's really commit to it. And I can't say enough about prep. Just make sure you have everything ready to go and before the theme is even announced. Because last thing you want to be doing is trying to figure out anything you can figure out before the theme is announced, figure it out then.
Mhm.
So that way, and plan out your, like typically for me, it would be theme would be announced the night before, write all night, and then shoot everything on the next day, and then edit everything the day after that, and then upload the last day. I don't want to be shooting anything on the second or third day, even though I have.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the beauty of sometimes shooting in your apartment. You're like, oh, okay, we could just shoot that right now. We just go to the basement. It's all set up.
And also get coverage right away. In all the scenes, make sure you get coverage right away. Meaning shoot a wide shot of the
Oh yeah.
scene first. So that way, and then go back and do the close-ups. So at least you already have that part of the story down in the can, And then afterwards you can do the close-ups and the cutaways, but definitely get coverage for the entire scene first when you set up the camera each time.
Yeah, because you might not know you need that close up until you're editing, and you're like, I need something to cut away to, or
Right,
even
yeah.
just to shoot a B-roll of something. Like One time I
Right.
was like, I need to cut. I'm like, just shoot a B-roll of milk going into a coffee cup, and did that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
oh, that looks so
exactly,
cool.
exactly.
You know?
Somebody wringing their hands,
Yeah,
or
feet.
a foot tapping, just
That's what it did. Exactly. Yes.
so.
So in some ways, I think good sound is better. Is more important than good video. It's like people won't put up with poor quality video, poor quality audio, while they may think that like your video may
Right.
be
Yeah.
artsy,
The style.
stylistic, but like if you can't understand the dialogue, or if it's muddy, or like it's
Yeah. Yeah. I
they-
use.
people just won't stand
Yeah,
it.
definitely use a lot of royalty-free music. Like I go to bensound.com and I try to mask all the sound, inequality or things like that, just by putting a little layer of music underneath, and then you be all right. That took away a lot, helped a lot. So definitely before the shootout, get all your paperwork together, fill out everything you can, because when you're doing it during the 72 hours, you feel like
Right,
I
yeah.
could be doing something else, but
Do all the
it's just
paperwork ahead of time.
so
Also,
easy to do.
good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And get
And
all the royalty-free music you can. Hit
and
up
make
your
a-
friends.
Make a list of all your shots. So anything you need in this room, do it then. Everything you need in this location, do it then.
Yeah.
Everything you need. You don't want to be going back and forth from locations or from rooms. If you've got all the lighting set up in this room, do all the shots you need in that room then. Even if it's
Yeah.
out of order, it doesn't have to be in order.
Yeah. Random B-roll, everything. Room
Yeah, just-
tone.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So that's stuff you learn. But anyways,
Okay. Thank
Kevin,
you.
I just friended you on Facebook, and I
Yeah,
want to
awesome.
Okay. So I want to thank again Andrea and Kevin and Ramon for joining me today for your invaluable advice and experience, and for our competitors who are watching this, best of luck. Please join us at our launch party at ideas.org on June 6th starting at 6 p.m. The theme will be announced at 8 p.m. We won't be able to give you any assistance we won't be able to talk to you between the beginning of the competition until the end of the competition. So if you have any other questions, please contact us at shootout@film-lab.org if you have any questions before the competition. So once again, thank you for joining us tonight, and I can't wait to see what you come up with this year.
Yeah, and feel free to find me on Facebook, Instagram, Kevin Chew on Facebook, Secret Asian Man 77 on Instagram. But yeah, hit me up with any questions, or check out any of my old videos on YouTube, and you could see all of our work, and hopefully get inspired to do it this year and take over the title of grand prize winner.
Take care, guys.
Good
Okay.
luck.
Bye.
Have a good night, everybody.
Happy shooting, yeah.
Yes, happy shooting. What's up?